If you're traveling or on vacation or going on location, there's one thing that you should always have with you. One thing, especially if you're using light stands and tripods and stuff like that. So, what is that one thing that you should always have with you? Well, that thing is this.
Wow!
That thing is string. I don't know if this is considered string or a rope. It's a little too thick to be string, a little too small to be a rope, but
Strope.
Strope, okay. Anyway, about this long. What is that? A little less than a meter long. And several of them. Like, I take 3 of them with me, and these are the most valuable things you could ever have over all the expensive equipment because it's so multi-purpose. Especially if you're, like, say you have a light stand, and it's windy. It's always windy when you have soft boxes and light stands and stuff like that. So what I like to do is, like, for example, hooking up your bag. This has a bunch of lenses in it. It's kind of heavy. You pick a handle on there, and you tie the string like this. So it's you know, yeah, it has a heavy weight on your stand. Keep the center of gravity down. That's really important. Or, for example, you can be out here. I mean, use anything. Here's a, I did this yesterday. This is a heavy chair. You know, you just put the string through there, tie it on like that, or like this, and this can't fall over. Oh, some people are going to say, well, what about bungee cords? Well, bungee cords are bigger, bulkier than a tight little, this little piece of string gets into a tiny little ball that crunches up into nothing. A bungee cord's got those big hooks on the back, and they're thick, and they just take up space, and the elasticity lets go. They're elastic. They stretch. This does not stretch. And I don't like bungee cords because not only do they take up extra space and weight, but they stretch, and I don't like things that stretch because I don't want it, like if something gets really heavy or the wind gets really strong, it might stretch a bit and then the thing might fall over. This does not stretch, there's no give. That's why I like string, and it's cheaper and smaller and all that stuff. You can't really tie a bungee cord into a knot at a very specific length. A rope you can tie tightly into any length you want. Now, as silly as it sounds, if it's all you have, you can use dental floss to tie things together on location. Now, you don't have dental floss in your camera bag, so at least unless you have it in your camera bag or you're shooting in your hotel room, but it is a very strong string that you could tie around to hold things together. So, and I guess the second thing you should always take with you when traveling, especially if you're doing photo shoots with models that wear clothes. One of them is safety pins. Take a bunch of safety pins. This will save your life so many times. I can't even describe how many ways of using safety pins. But also, take 1 or 2 of these clamps. Like a really heavy duty, something that really hurts if it clamps, clamps on you. The reason for this is, when you do clothing, this is what you use to clamp your clothes tight in the back. You see them do this all the time in clothing stores. The mannequins, they always pinch it really tight around the waist, makes it look more form-fitting. Clamps like this. And these obviously come in handy for other uses too. And another thing that I like to have with me on my trips is obviously lens cleaner. I don't have to explain that. But I like to use these Band-Aids. I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. It's really not because of, well, yeah, obviously if you hurt yourself, but what I do when you're taping microphones underneath your clothes, it's skin colored. So you can put, cords and microphones taped to your skin with skin colored tape, and it's got this cushion which helps cushion the microphone. So That's really helpful and handy. Maybe a zip tie or two. Guy's not complete without zip tie. A pen for taking notes. Twist ties are so handy. This is like a mini thing. A lot of twist ties. A roll of transport tape. This is a tape that I use to stick a microphone to me, but it's porous, it's water resistant, sweat resistant, and it's a good all-purpose tape to have with you. You can even use it as to bandage up cuts and things if you need, but this is a good all-purpose tape. Tape is as good for all-purpose stuff as twist ties and string. And this is kind of funny. Don't laugh. I don't use this for what it's intended for. This is called top stick. This is what makeup people use on location. It's actually meant for toupees, men's grooming tape, extra. Anyway, it's a 1x3 strip. And this is double stick tape, but it's really heavy duty. So for sticking things to things, it's a clear, and it's made to withstand sweat and moisture and things like that. This is so helpful for, again, mounting microphones and things like that, or just sticking things to things, which you will always end up doing for some reason. It's called top stick. A lot of top makeup people in the industry use it. Don't forget your string. String is, you will be amazed how many times you wish you had string with you when you're on location or on a trip, especially if it's windy, for lots of things. And you can also tie equipment to your bag, like if you have your bag with you, you can tie a tripod dangling from your bag with a piece of string or extra equipment. The possibilities are endless. So, get your string, your strope. All right, see you next video. Bye.
So hurry, act now. Operators are standing by.